which is a stream. So, oh, I don't like that camera view on that one right there. So hello everybody. I have not, how weird. I have not hooked up my microphone in a long time. It is very odd, and here is what made it odd. First of all, you can find me on YouTube under Brushing Teeth with Robert. I have it under diametrically agreeing also, I think. I don't know. Just don't. I don't know. I don't know whether I do. I don't know whether I don't. I don't know where it is. I'm doing this. I have not done this in a very long time. So, here's how long it's been since I've done it. All right, so a little history. I had me and my best friend had a long running podcast for many years. It was called the Jello Potting Cast. Not too long in the past, my friend died. My best friend died. We stopped doing the podcast around the time I moved to Dallas, which was about 5 years ago. I tried a few times to kind of start it up. It just wasn't the same without him. Um, and this is how long it's been since I've done this. It's been long enough that when I logged on to here, I found old messages from the day he died in which people were trying to get in touch with me because for some reason, even though I was one of his best friends, nobody had my contact information. So that was very, very weird to see. Now, two things. I've decided to put my phone to see if anybody calls or to see if I can give any advice to anybody or hear what anybody has to say. I don't know if it'll work. Who knows? I don't, but I thought I would try it anyways. Second thing is this: is that I've recently gone through a lot of life changes. I've made a lot of life changes. In fact, in the last 24 hours, I have quit smoking. I do not suggest it. I absolutely do not suggest not smoking. It is not fun. It's been about 48 hours. I've had 2 cigarettes in the 48 hours, and I can tell you this: out of all the things I think I've quit in my life, including girlfriends, this is easily the hardest thing I have had to quit. What's up, Mikey? I see them. I have one viewer, which is my brother. Um, so I so I've gone through a lot of changes. Another change I've gone through within the last 130 days, I have quit. Uh, I've quit drinking, and for all those that have known me and have known me for a long time, they know that there are definitely times in my life in which I have gone through fits of sobriety, as I like to call them. This one is a little different. This one might be forever, but who knows? I could start drinking on this podcast with all the very odd things that have happened in my life. Speaking of odd things, I craziest news story today, and I have to say it. Okay, so this last week, the Roman Colosseum, there was a guy who was arrested. He was arrested for carving his initials. I think it was his name and his girlfriend's name. I wish I could remember their names. I knew their names this morning. I want to saying it was something like Ian and Teresa or something like that. But he was arrested for carving their names into the side of the Roman Colosseum. When arrested, the guy's excuse, or I don't know what you want to call it, whatever it is that he said, which was he did not realize it was that old. He was literally carving his name into the side of the Roman Colosseum, and his excuse was he did not know it was that old. So, Rome. Rome is, it's that center of modern architecture all around you. So that was an odd one. So yeah, again, I put my phone number in there. Phone number is 512-952-9489 in case you'd like to call and join me. I probably will not be on that long. I don't know if I have that much to talk about, but I'm going to talk about what I know and what I am experiencing at this time in my life. So, here are a few things that I'm experiencing at this time in life. I have been going to AA meetings, which are weird. As I still maintain, even after all this time of going to these meetings, the worst advertisement for AA is people in AA. They are a sickly bunch of people. I have never met more unhealthy people than people trying to get healthy through AA. Oh, look, my low battery light went off. Okay, so that gives me some indication of how much power I use on this. Um, so they look the worst. They literally, like, people in AA look the worst. I would put people in AA to fight alcoholics at any time. Like, they would lose every time. I'm betting on the alcoholics to beat the AA people's asses every time. There's not an AA meeting I've been in which the AA people have made me go, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm here getting healthy." Like, they none of them look healthy at all. I've even met AA people that like run and like exercise, and most of them do not look like people who run and exercise, you know? So that's been my experiences lately with sobriety. Um, I've also, what else? Changed jobs a couple times, which is nice. I'm on to a new kind of path, which I think is going to go well. Won't get into specifics because I don't start until next Monday, so I don't really know specifics, but eventually maybe I will. I'm wondering why my webcam laptop is way worse than that picture. That picture looks way better than that picture looks. And that just shows you what is going on with technology these days. That this is an iPhone 7. Like, that's how old this phone is. And the picture is 10 times better. I wonder what my voice sounds like on there. Um, besides that, if anybody would like to call for advice, again, the phone number is 512-952-9489. I cannot guarantee I'll answer, but who knows? Maybe I will. Um, what else is going on? Oh, I have a dog. I have a new dog. RIP Jeff. Jeff has gone on to the onto another plane. He's gone on to another place, however you want to call it. He has passed from this mortal coil. RIP. 17 years old. He lived a great life and he was a great dog. I have a new dog. His name is Dave. Let's see if we can get him to come. Hold on. Dave. Dave. Come here, boy. I do not hear him. He is very lazy. Let's keep that in mind. Dave. Come here, boy. Okay, well, that shows you how well that dog listens to me. R.I.P. Jeff. You're right, Jeremy. Um, uh, that shows you how well that dog listens to me at this point in being his owner. He's a great dog. I love him to death, but he's dumber than a box of rocks. Um, what else is going on? I would say that's about it. There isn't really anything hugely exciting going on in my life. By the way, if you want to catch me on YouTube, I am live on YouTube right now at it's either Brushing Teeth with Robert or might be Diametrically Agreeing. Who knows? Who knows? I'm sure I'm in there somewhere. Um, Besides that, I feel like I should be more prepared with a charger for that phone because it seems like the charge runs down very low on it. This is all a test. I'm really just running a test to see if this works every day and to see if I can start maybe doing this a little bit more often. I will say this: doing this every time is a little melancholy. It is. Knowing that Upshaw will not be doing it with me again, it is a little rough, and I'm not going to lie. I think I should be very honest with that. That it is hard. This, by the way, is in case the tape doesn't show. This was Upshaw's microphone. So this was the microphone. Oh, there's Dave. Hi, Dave. Come here. Come here, buddy. So this is Dave. Let's see if we can get him in. Come here. Come here. He's a little shy. There he is. Oh, there's my boy. That is my boy. So this is my boy Dave. Everybody say hello to Dave. And if you can't see him on here, I'll turn it so you can see him. Hi, that is Dave. He is Dave the Husky, and he is a very sweet boy. And he's a little shy. You can see him better on YouTube if you go over to my YouTube link. Um, so tonight I am doing something that is way different. I am going to go to what is known as a sober open mic. Listen, it'll be my first time there. I don't know much about it. I do know that it is held at a sober meeting, and you can do all sorts of things, like I guess play. Hi, Dave. Good boy. Thanks, Jeremy. It's a sober open mic. So the only requirement is that you're sober, and you can play music, you can read poetry, and of course, I am going to do extremely mediocre comedy. So that is the extent of my talent at this point, which is generally just making fun of myself and all the things I did when I was not sober. So, honest truth is, I should just start dragging my friends and my son up on stage because they would probably remember the stories a lot better than I would. Um, so, I'm going to take one break, one moment. Again, the phone number is 512-952-9489 if you decide you want to call in and talk for a second. Besides that, I'm going to go grab a charger for this phone so I can make sure it's charged because I kind of like what's going on here with the two things. I'm kind of digging this, so I don't want this to run out of charge. I will be right back. Play hold music right now. Hello? Okay. Da-da-da. Let's see if this works. No, I don't want this. No, not now. And we'll go back on with these. Okay, well, that was not horrible, except that I've completely realized that this camera view shows my gut horribly. So, all right, so let's see what else is going on. I wonder if I'm upside down. If anybody's watching that camera view right there, it'd be nice if you told me if I was upside down. All right, so besides that, yeah, I'm going to do a sober open mic tonight, which I'm a little excited about. I'm kind of interested in what that entails as to whether it's going to be boring as fuck. Because I can tell you this, if there's anything I've learned from being sober lately, is that sober people are boring as fuck. They are boring as all hell. It's upside down for me. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can do this in a different way. It's going to be a balancing act. Okay, so maybe that's a little better. Okay. So, all right. So, the question is this: is whether when I go to the sober open mic, are they going to be boring? Are they going to be extremely boring people? Now, my vote is yes, they will be, because I can tell you if there's anything that I have that I have realized, sober people, not an exciting lot, not an exciting set of people, really are not. You would think that there would be almost this balancing act where you would substitute the lack of excitement from getting fucked up to excitement in some other realm. And I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. I mean, you hear podcasts all the time, like Steve-O, for instance, Steve-O went sober. He still leads a very exciting life, Here, let's see if I can do this a little. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Steve-O still leads a very exciting life. But of course, he's going to be a rarity because he's a celebrity and he's used to like tossing his body through like out of cannons and stuff like that. But I can tell you this: if there's anything I have learned from the sober community, is they are fucking boring. They are some boring people, and I'll include myself in it. I'm going to go ahead and include myself in this boredom. Um, I have become very boring. I have stayed at home all day yesterday and watched Equalizer 1 and Equalizer 2 with my dog. Like today I watched the Norm Macdonald interview show all day. I mean, so it's not like in sobriety, I have changed that system or tried to buck that stereotype of all of a sudden I'm sober, I'm going to be an exciting person. No, I'm boring as fuck. All right. But I always wonder if it's that endorphin thing, if like my endorphins have to come down or I have to be boring for a while because maybe I'm catching my breath after all those years of, doing crazy ass things while I was not sober. So who the fuck knows? Again, in case you can't see, my phone number is 512-952-9489. If you like a piece of advice, you like to talk, join me on here. Feel free. I am here. All right. Um, that's one of the things I've learned about sobriety is that it is boring and you do become a little boring. And hopefully it doesn't stay like that for a long time. I am, as of right now, let's see. Let's see. Let's all see together. I am currently 4 months and 17 days, which is 137 days sober. All right. Kick them in their privates. That's exciting, like a comedic Gigi Allen. Well, I mean, I could just take a giant shit on the stage and then rub it all over me and then take razor blades and carve something into my chest. I could do that. But as far as I've been able to tell, that doesn't really work comedically yet. But I'm sure that I can find some way to do that. Um, so for all y'all don't know, that's an inside Gigi Allen joke. For all there are probably like maybe 5 people I know who don't know who Gigi Allen is. Um, so I can say this. Um, in this boredom, in this newfound boringness that has happened, um, I have been able to take a breath. I've been able to relax at times. I will say this: nobody feels anxiety more than a sober, anxious person. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. I have had some anxiety issues. Like I don't know. Like, I mean, I've had anxiety issues in the past. Don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, I've had an anxiety attack or a panic attack here or there, and it's rare. It's been rare. I'm not really prone to them. Um, but during this sobriety, when I have, that is not the definition of comedy, by the way. Um, in this sobriety, when I have, boy, they suck. Like they really suck, really bad. It is really rough to have a sober anxiety attack. I do not recommend it to anybody. Um, now, I hear that anxiety and panic attacks are different for everybody. I can tell you mine. Mine generally cause my body to freeze, start convulsing. I cannot breathe. I become stiff as a blank, and there is an uncontrollable fit of crying, or like I like to call it, coming down off of a 3-day bender. Either or, they're pretty similar. You did make me laugh, Sean. Um, I remember going on 3-day benders and then coming down off of them and having kind of that almost similar like out of body experience, but nothing like a sober panic attack. A sober panic attack will fuck you up like in a big, big way. Um, I had one just about a week and a half ago. It was not fun. And I hope not to have one in quite a while. That'd be very nice if I did not have one for quite a while. By the way, again, I listed my phone number if you'd like to join me on here. I see there are a couple people here. Well, there were, but there's one now, which is Sean, who's just waiting for me to fuck up. Um, and then, of course, I am also on YouTube under Brushing Teeth with Robert or Diametrically Agreeing Podcast. I can't remember what I have it under anymore. Again, it has been a very, very, very long time since I've done this. I can't even remember the last time that I did this, to be honest. Um, I There's been a lot of things that have changed in my life, and not just dog, not just sobriety. Feeling has changed. Um, Thank you very much, Sean. I hope that somebody's here to support the laughing. Somebody should be. Um, there's been a feeling that's changed in me also. I can say that there has been a feeling that has changed in me. I seem to be a lot calmer. There seems to be a calmness that has hit me a little bit harder. There also has been almost a softness. I can feel my edges have softened. By the way, I will say this: I like the way I look in this. I don't like the way I look so much in this, even though it's clearer. But I like the way I look in this one, because this one I got kind of a big look to me here, and I don't know why. That I still look like a skinny, like Grover armed fuck. Did I just give a call? Did I just give a call? I don't know, Simon. Try it again. Let's see what happens. All right. So, phone number again is 512-952-9489. For those of y'all asking, feel free to call in. I believe I could probably get you on mic pretty easy and we'll see what happens. All right. So I, oh, okay. I think you may have called here. Shut up. You're beautiful. Gigi Allen. That is another thing that's happened in sobriety. My thank you very much. I don't think I've ever been compared to a beautiful Gigi Allen before. I I've also found my edges rounding a little bit. I found my emotional edges rounding. I've gotten a little softer. I've gotten a little nicer. I don't see myself losing any teeth in a fight anytime soon again. I think those days are probably way behind me. I also think that a lot of stuff is behind me, which kind of feels nice. It kind of feels nice to know that I'm going to make some really odd sober decisions, which is funny. Which is funny. Now, this is the funny part about that. Here is the funny part about that. The funny part about that is this: is that I never ever wanted to make sober decisions. I never wanted to. I never wanted to, and I don't think I made I mean, okay, on a daily basis, I did not make horrible non-sober decisions, okay? But there were those brief, gorgeous, shining examples in which may have led to, again, missing teeth from fights, handcuffs at times, girlfriends throwing things through walls. There are shining moments in non-sobriety in which I did not make the best decisions. Now, that being said, I think it is fair to say that those exciting times as I go into my different age, um, and nobody better type how old I am. I'm fairly certain I'm waiting to see if that happens. Um, I think that as I go into this new era of my life, it's probably better that I start making sober decisions. And I also find myself wanting to make non-sober decisions. There's little hair on this microphone that I got to get off because it's annoying me and I can see it. There it is. Got it. I find myself wanting to make non-sober decisions. For some reason, I want to make them. Oh, and look, here we go. Hello, you are on whatever this podcast is going to be named eventually.
How's it going?
What is going on, Mr. Simon? Thank you for joining me on the podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I was just calling to get some advice.
Oh my God, we have somebody who needs some advice.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God, somebody just said I was 26 on the Facebook.
On the chat.
Thank you very much.
It won't let me watch the chat and listen to the call at the same time. So
Okay, well, I am excited. Yes, Simon, please. What is your question?
so it doesn't have much to do about my sobriety because it didn't last very long. But
At least you're honest about it.
I have just moved to a new state.
Okay.
Started a new job.
Okay.
Everything's going really good.
Good.
But I am feeling alone. Any recommendations?
Okay. All right. So, yes. All right. First of all, you're a young man. I already know who you are, Simon. I know you're a very young man. So, first of all, we already know when you're in your youth, it is much easier to make friends. And also, I'm going to be honest with you, when you aren't a sober person, when you go out and drink or do extracurricular activities, it is much easier to make friends. Now, if you don't mind me asking, you live in an apartment or you live in a house?
So I'm living with a roommate. in a
Okay.
house.
Okay. Now, is the roommate
My
also from?
roommate, no, he is 50. He is
Oh.
from Connecticut, but 50.
Okay.
I wish I was joking. I was joking, man. I wish I was joking.
That'd
I'm
be
serious.
great. That'd be great.
I'm serious. You already know how I am. I'm serious though. I
Yes.
seriously live in a house with a gentleman who is, I'm gonna go late 40s, early 50s.
Okay. All
I
right.
haven't asked,
Okay. So
but
that's
yeah,
not really truly going to be kind of your social circle. Understandable. So
yeah,
you're going to
no,
want to meet people your age, blah, blah, blah. Now, I imagine you have made this move for work. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay. So always within a work environment, there is always going to be a social circle. Now, here's the biggest problem with that. You have to watch out with that social circle because you don't want to, as they say, shit where you eat. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
It's been a worry of mine.
Absolutely. And it should be. It should be, especially in this day and age of like social media and people being able
Correct.
to see things. You have to watch out for shitting where you eat. All right.
Yep.
Now, the second thing is, my friend, my friend Sean said he'd be your friend for a hug, but you got to watch out. He likes Gigi Allen, so it's a whole other thing. Now, so you got to watch out for that. Now that there is a valid social circle there, you just have to mind your p's and q's and know where the limit is and where the line is. Okay, so
Right.
I'm sure there is a social circle there. Now, I have always maintained this in this day of dating apps. Okay, whether it be
Right.
Bumble or whether it be Tinder or Plenty of Fish if they still use that or things like that.
Hinge. Hinge is
Hinge is
the
the
new
big
thing.
one from what I see
Yeah.
now. Right, there is always the opportunity to use that in a non-dating way. You can use
Right.
that in a way in which you meet a young lady in which you just become friends with her and you make it known. Listen, I'm just on here to be friends and I'm new to the city, I'm new to finding people and I can tell you this 100%. I know this for a fact. Women appreciate that above anything. I also will tell you this, even if you make your intentions known like that, even if you make your intentions, listen, I'm just looking for a friend, I'm looking for a social circle, I'm new to the city, blah, blah, blah. Not only will they unbelievably appreciate that, not only will they flock to you to be your friend, they're still going to try to sleep with you. It's just the way it is. Like, they're definitely going to try to sleep with you then because then it becomes like a challenge. And we both know that's going to happen. So you're kind of hedging your bets for putting a profile out there that says, hey, I'm just looking to expand my social circle because I'm new here. I'm just looking for friends. I'm not looking to like hook up or to date. I'm really just looking for someone to hang out with, blah, blah, blah. Either way, you're going to get laid. So that's a win-win situation for everybody. And if
Indeed.
anybody and if anybody knows what a win-win is, I can tell you this, I'm pretty good at knowing that. So all right. So there's my piece of advice for you. Put yourself out there. Don't be scared. If there's anything I know about you from being around you a lot, you're not going to have an issue finding friends. You are a very extroverted person. And I'm sure that if you get in touch with Bad Bunny, he'll be your friend and he'll
Oh
probably
man.
want to
Yeah.
suck your dick a couple times. So there you go.
Oh man, I miss you, man. Well, thank you.
I miss
You
you
might, you
too.
already know. Promote the podcast. Hopefully, we'll get it big. I'll keep calling anytime you start it up.
All right. Sounds good. I love you, big man, and enjoy the rest of your evening. All right.
Yes, sir. You too. I'll see you later.
Okay, there we go. We got our first caller of the podcast, a young Simon calling to ask questions about making a new social circle in a new city in which he'd moved to, which is always hard. I had my own experiences with that. Whenever I moved here to Dallas, I had moved from Austin. I lived in Austin since almost 92, all the way up until just a few years ago. And one of the biggest things was moving here and finding a social circle, especially at my age. Now I'm older. This is the thing that puts me and Simon in kind of different camps. Simon is a young man, and in your youth, it is much easier to find friends. It truly is. And we all know that. Younger people tend to be more outgoing. They have more energy in the evenings. They're willing to go and try do different new things. Well, even if you are my age and you do have that kind of energy and you are willing to have those kind of experiences, you just always look like the creepy guy who's willing to have those experiences. Nobody wants to see the gray haired bearded guy at the dog park by himself early on a Sunday morning, that spells closet rapist all over it. So you have to watch out when you're my age when you're trying to find that social circle to fit into. Now, I am very lucky that when I first moved here, I immediately found some really good friends who lived below me, who are still my friends to this day. And there are certain friends that I've stuck with me even through my different adventures in this Dallas society. Now, I can tell you this: Dallas is not the funnest place and the easiest place to make friends. People are generally already stuck into their very tight social circle. That being said, it still has been fairly easy for me to find some friends of different paths and different places, and it's been kind of nice to have that. Let's see what time it is. It is now 6:50, so that means that I am going to have to end this podcast soon on a nice note because I have to make it all the way up to Addison by 7:30, which is about 25 minutes away before I go do this, what could be a seemingly and understandably boring, sober open mic. Um, I truly appreciate everybody for being with me during this test. I truly appreciate my caller. Let's give a big thanks to Simon for calling in to get a piece of advice. Hopefully, I helped and hopefully, I gave him a decent piece of advice. I'm also realizing now that I look myself on camera how much weight I have lost in sobriety, and I am not horrible with it, but it also is not the greatest. Sean, thank you very much. I will try to break that leg. And thank you all for coming in and out. I truly appreciate it. I'll try to do this more often. It's been a little bit of a melancholy one, being the memories that are associated with doing a podcast. And I would like to say, for the record, R.I.P. Upshaw. I miss you, and I love you every day. There's not a moment, there's not really not a moment in time that doesn't go by in which I don't elicit your advice or your thoughts in some way. I do miss my old podcast partner, and hopefully he is up there looking down upon me. So I love you all. Please go upon your evening with love, peace, understanding, and hopefully, as Sean obviously wants somebody to do, hopefully you'll get a hug in there. Hopefully somebody will hug you and hold you close and let you know that your heart is beating true and that you are loved. Until maybe tomorrow, who knows? Maybe I'll do this again tomorrow. I love you all. Have a good evening and go forward with love.